Good morning, everyone. What a gorgeous morning here at Dunrovin Ranch in Lolo, Montana. I think James gave you a great sunrise tour. It was actually a sunrise and a moonset tour. We've had a gorgeous, beautiful moon, and it's been setting right at sunrise, so you get a tour this morning. I know that James and Brandon have been continuing to collaborate and to get this stone boat going. I'm just so impressed with the progress that Oggy and Ashley have made, and I assume that James is experiencing equal fast progress with his stone boat. And with that, I'm going to invite him in to let us know exactly where he is in all of this construction project. I still hear the saw buzzing occasionally, and as I walk by the dance hall, so I haven't peeked in there lately, and I'm anxious to see where he is. Hey, James.
Howdy. Yeah, so we've got some progress. We're still in carpentry mode out there, although we're just wrapping that up now. I've got a video to show of the week's progress over the last few days. And one thing we'll continue to talk about here, and I've got some phone calls to make this week, but we do need to get the metal work going. And we've had some issues engaging a welder for this. So I've got a few calls out, and we're hoping to finalize that this week. So we're just about done with the carpentry, ready to move on to the metal work. And I think we're tracking well with Oggy's progress on this as well. So I think it's all going to come together.
Wonderful. That's great.
So I've got a short video here. I'm going to go ahead and show that, and it's about 20 minutes long, and then Brandon will be joining us, and we'll have a follow-up discussion with him, and then we'll get on with training Oggy here at 9:30. So without further ado, I will go ahead and roll the video, and we'll be back live with another discussion after that. So
okay,
see you on the other side. Howdy, everybody. I'm back, and as you can see, we've got the stone boat here, just about ready to put the top board on. You can see the OSB that I've got over here. We'll cut that down in a little bit. And you can see I've got a couple more 2x4s, and a few brackets here. So I do have one 2x4 that will cut in half, and that will go in this back slot over here. And then I just picked up another one for spare because, I might actually end up needing it. So anyway, we've got that ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and take some measurements here, get this board ready to cut. We'll put it in that slot, and then we can start working on the platform that goes right on top and cut that board. And we'll be mostly done with all the carpentry on this project. We've got a few holes to drill and some things to clean up, but we're getting close. So come along, we'll get to work. Ta-da! Okay, now we've got everything ready on that side, and everything's solid and secure here. Everything's sucked up nice and tight, and I think we're ready to start putting this top platform on. So we'll go ahead and get this piece measured out. It's supposed to go from the back to right about here, and that is supposed to be 6 feet. So let's go ahead and take a quick measurement here. We will be doing a little bit of sanding on that back side. And that looks like our measurements are good there. And I'll just make a couple marks on this board, and we'll get the circular saw out and make our cut. All right, and there it is. We've got the piece put on the front here, or on the top, and trimmed down to size. And now I just need to take a belt sander and take care of a few things on the back side of these runners, and we'd be able to even out the bottoms here just a little bit, kind of carve them up and smooth them out, flatten them down, and then take care of a little housekeeping on the back side. And I think we'll be ready to go to start drilling some holes in here for the shaft to go in, and we'll get to work on that a little bit later. But I'll get the belt sander out and we'll get started on carving this up a little bit. All right, I think that's enough shaping for now. That's leveled them out quite a bit and rounded them off at the bottoms. They should go over terrain pretty smoothly. We do have plans to put some Teflon or plastic on the bottom of this so that it will be able to just kind of glide a little bit better and doesn't dig in as much, and it'll protect it from getting wet and rotting prematurely. So anyway, that's where we're at with this. I'm gonna kind of clean up here a little bit, and we'll get ready for the next phase, which is going to be drilling some holes in here. I'll try to find some plastic to put on the bottoms, and then we'll be probably ready to take this outside pretty soon. We do have some metal work to do. We're still working on getting a welder involved, and we will be making this thing happen in short order. I think the carpentry is just about done here. So anyway, thanks for joining me, and we will be back with more in a little bit. So long. All right, howdy everybody. I'm back, and last time I was here, it's been like 2 or 3 days now. I can't even remember, so much has happened. We finished putting the platform on the stone boat. I did some shaping on the runners, sanded some things down, smoothed stuff out, and feeling pretty good about all that. I still need to locate some plastic for the bottom of these to add some protection. I think I'm going to be able to get to that here this week and be able to give you some more updates there. Also got a couple contacts for a welder. The first welder we've been in touch with didn't have time, or hasn't really gotten back to me actually. So it's been unfortunate there. So we've got some delays on the metalwork side of this, but we are working fervently to get that addressed. In the meantime, we can still move forward with a number of things. One of those things is using a metal rod here, or metal tube, and drilling our holes in the runners here so that we can put this piece in there, and that allows it to be a guide for the bolts or the pins that will go in and tie to the shafts. So the shafts that tie to the horse. So that's what we're after here. And I think what I'm gonna do is, I've been kind of eyeballing this a little bit, and we need to have enough substance on these that it doesn't, the pressure of that isn't gonna break out this piece here. At the same time, we don't want to like stick it all the way back here either. So we want it to be a little bit forward, but provide enough substance. So what I'm thinking is coming back about 7 inches. There's 7 inches, and coming down about 2 inches, and there we are. And I think that's going to provide plenty of substance to get a nice grip, and it's not going to be at risk of tearing out. We're well above the part here that would be compromised with the grain of the wood and everything else. And we're not too far forward to the very end piece, and we've got 3 pieces of wood sandwiched together here, so it's pretty strong. But we're not so far back that it doesn't make sense from a pivot position. And not to mention, this is round, and when you drill a round hole in here, it's actually structurally very sound when you drill a round hole into here. If we were putting a square opening in here, that would compromise the structure of the wood that much more. So being round and having the right size pin in the middle of this, it's going to be pretty solid. So the next thing to do is to test out the dimensions of what we need here. So what I've got is a paddle bit, and we're going to drill a hole. I've got a 5/8 bit and a 3/4 inch bit. The 5/8 bit is just a little shallower, a little smaller than the opening of the pipe. My only reason for thinking that I might want to use that is that the pipe can jam in to the wood and be held in with friction. I do have the 3/4 inch bit, and that is just barely larger than the pipe, but depending on how the hole cuts out, this might be suitable. Either way, I'll probably apply a little bit of glue in there and keep this nice and secure. So first step, experiment with the hole size. So here we go. All right, so this is a 5/8 inch hole, and as we suspected, it's a little on the small side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of open it up a little bit more, run the bit around, and see if that just that little bit of opening up in there will allow that pipe to fit in there a little bit better. It's not pretty, but it can be effective. The problem with that is that, sure, I can open this up a little bit more, but I have to do that through 3 boards all the way through, and so it can get a little bit tight. So I'm not a huge fan of that option. It's already roughing up that wood more than I'd like and making an uneven hole, which is definitely not good. So I'm going to try another test hole here with the 3/4 inch bit and see how that goes. Okay, that's a clean hole, 3/4 of an inch, and this goes through nice and easy. It's actually just the perfect sized hole for this, honestly, if I wasn't looking for that friction. So it's about as clean as I can get it, but it is slightly oversized, but this slides in really nice. The other option is to get the next size up, which would be, what, 11/16 would be the next size up on this, so between the 5/8 and the 3/4. So yeah, I guess I could go look for a bit that's that size and see if that's suitable. The other option is to look for a different type of bit, an auger bit. What I don't like about auger bits is they definitely leave a rougher hole or rougher opening, so that is not preferred. So I think maybe I'll just stick with the 3/4 inch bit, and yeah, I think we'll go with that, and I'll put some liquid nails in there, glue this thing in there. It'll be nice and tight, and if I have to, I can jam a little pin in there, and that'll keep it friction locked down inside. But I think we'll be in good shape with that. So we're gonna mark our holes and get started on that. Okay, there we go. And now it's time to cut this down to size. And to do that, I might as well just use the wood itself, stick this through, and make a mark. And to finish this off, I'm actually going to take this into the garage I've got a vise that I'm going to clamp this in. It'll make it a lot easier to cut the round pipe. I'm going to use a hacksaw to make a nice clean cut. So I will go do that real quick, and this will be complete on this end. And I'll get some glue ready. I'm not going to glue these in right now because it's still pretty cold out here. So I'll get some glue ready for later this week when it warms up, and I'll be able to secure that in there a little bit tighter. But we're almost there. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I've got 2 pieces here. I've marked them left and right so I get them in the right spot. And so here's one piece here and the other piece here. They're just slightly different lengths, not by much. I just didn't want them to hang out past the edge of the wood. I also brought a 1/2-inch bolt to kind of demonstrate how this is going to work. So the bolt can go in here through the sleeve, and it'll be able to have a guide so that the bolt is not, directly in contact with the wood. That'll help maintain the longevity of the system here, so that when we're putting this back, applying the shafts back on and taking them on and off and all this stuff, it doesn't wear out these holes and make them bigger than they just need to be. So they'll always be the same size. And as there's tension put on here, it will distribute that nice and even across the entire hole instead of just against that one edge where the bolt rubs on it constantly. So it'll just help protect that. So you'll notice that this moves pretty freely in here, and that's fine, but ideally I'd like to have it a little more snug. And I did find that a 9/16 size bolt is going to work really well in here. It fits nice and snug, and so I'm going to propose trying to find something that will work for that, whether that's a bolt with a nut on the end of it to tie the shafts in place, or I'm going to talk to Brandon here in just a little bit, and we're going to talk about whether we use some sort of a pin, like a clevis pin or some other sort of pin we might use on a trailer or a tractor implement to tie in place. It'll make for a quick release system, and we may be able to find something that meets our needs, but it's got to be able to attach to the shaft that will come down here. I think it's going to be on the inside, and it needs to attach to that steel and be able to be tightened up and provide that pivot so the shaft will move up and down. And we'll be demonstrating that here as we get a little bit further along in the process. But for now, we've got the steel inserts here, and those are ready to go. I just need to glue them in place when it gets a little bit warmer, maybe bring out a heat gun and help out the process a little bit. And then we'll figure out the pin situation here and put some plastic on the runners, and this will be ready to go and ready for our shaft construction. So anyway, thanks for joining me here today, and I'll be talking to Brandon right now. Nope, I think I've lost
Susan's
my
got
audio.
I think Susan's got to unmute.
Yeah, let's get her unmuted here. Okay, Suzanne, there we are. Okay, we're back. So,
well, I think that I'm probably the peanut gallery, and indeed, I'm getting really excited to see this thing come together. In fact, I keep thinking, we're going to want to use this beyond winter, James and Brandon, and which brings up an issue for me, and that is I think the gals would love to use it to feed in the summertime, and I'm sure the stone boat will glide beautifully over the pastures with grass. But what about our area where the barn is? We use gravel and sand. So I'm thinking about that plastic Teflon or whatever it is you're going to be putting on the runners, that we might want to consider it. The gravel area in the around the corrals and the barn is nice and solid, and I think you could slide over it, but it'll scratch. So have you guys got an idea about what we can put on the bottom there so that you could go smoothly from gravel and sand to grass with hay?
I think that Teflon that we've talked about, you can buy sheets of that stuff if need be. And I think just putting that and making strips, just cutting strips on with a circular saw, just like James is, he's shown his prowess in how he can cut straight lines. So, you know what? That stuff wears out. They used to put steel underneath if they put anything too. And, eventually wagon wheels would wear out. Yeah. And they need new rims on the outside. So the frictional coefficient on that stuff is so minimal that you'll be surprised how well that'll slide on just dirt, gravel. It'll go right over. It'll make a little noise. But stone boats were designed to be used during the dry months. They were so you could pick stones and rocks up out of fields. So what it's designed to do. We'll be way ahead in our technology if we can just get some of those things. And it's the same kind of stuff that, if you go to you've got a Murdoch's or Tractor Supply. I don't think you have a Shipton's over there, but anyway, they've got sheets of that you put up in corral chutes to build blind alleys. And you might be able to pick up a piece of that stuff that's 8 foot 4x8 sheet of it, and then be able to literally cut that like you would a sheet of plywood, and then attach it. And when it wears out, you pull it off and you put another piece on.
Great. This is really going to be fun. And I have to agree with you, Brandon, that both of you have shown your prowess in making things. And I'm never satisfied, as you well know. Whenever I come into the house with my eyes wide open, my husband runs. And so I'm afraid... James and you are going to get into the same situation, but I have had in my mind for a very long time a traveling chicken coop to keep my pastures in shape. Chickens are great for helping pastures because they scratch it up. They scatter the manure from the horses, and so now I'm thinking a traveling chicken coop may be in our future, guys.
We've got a couple of them here, actually.
That's great.
They're just a long, about 12-foot long base, and then an A-frame over the top with chicken wire around it. And then you can put some wheels on one end. You can pick it up and you can drag it. They work really, really well. You know Connie.
Oh yeah.
Connie's the one. That was her thing. She wanted a chicken tractor, and one worked so well she built two. So they've worked really well. Having those little chicks protected when they're small, and then as they grow, and we use these chickens. Some of those are for meat chickens. So you can butcher them later and then have some fresh chicken that is so far superior to anything you'll get in a store. Yeah,
well, plus eggs, and then keeping the pastures kind of churned up. Yep. Because, horses can really compact the soil. And my thinking is, we do kind of a mob grazing right now where we have the horses really eat down and then move them. Right. And it seems to me if you had chickens following the horses, it would really be a nice combo.
Well, you've probably got what we have here, some brown-headed cowbirds. And I'm sure they don't scratch much, but they sure knock the manure around because they're looking for seeds in the manure. But no, they don't have their little purpose. But no, they scratch and tear up. Turkeys are a good suggestion, but oh God, turkeys are a mess.
Yeah. Well, this will be fun. We do have a high fox population around here, so we'd have to take care of that for sure. But I also wanted to point your eyes, James, to the chat, and that is the chatters are suggesting that when you get the welder out here, that they fix one of the flamingo's broken feet. These are flamingos that came to Dunrovin from Florida via Wyoming. We had one of our Wyoming members send us these very colorful metal pink flamingos, and I have to say they've been a dash of color during the gray days of winter. So we want to keep these flamingos going for sure.
Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at that a little bit more. And I also, so I did have a question for you, Brandon. You may have heard me mention in the video about the pin that goes through and ties the shafts on. And I'm going to go ahead and share a picture of what I'm thinking. So these are hitch pins, and they can fold flat against that one edge. That little bar that sticks out can fold flat, and it would add for a quick release. I don't know if this is something that would be suitable, or if it's preferred to have a nut and a bolt on that section and more of a manual, attachment there. Any thoughts on that?
Well, no, that's a great idea. The one thing that I would do is, instead of going and buying one, you got a welder coming out there, get a piece of your a rolled stock that will fit just through your pin, weld a washer to one end so it's nice and flat, comes nice and flat to the outside, and then just all you're going to do is drill a hole on the other side, just like that, is, and bevel the end. So it is a custom fit, so it's really tight in there and nice. Just fill a washer on the other side, and it would be really flush and quite cheap. The biggest challenge to that is just going to be drilling a hole straight through there that your cotter pin or your pin will fit through, and that's a great idea. Love it.
Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, that's a good idea with the round stock. So we can do that. We can get the right size. I did find that 9/16 was just perfect for that piece of tubing that's in there.
Yeah.
So I think that'll work well.
Oh, I think it'll be great. That's a really good way to innovate that without a lot of. I worry about things sticking out because they catch on gates as you're going through it, or legs, go past it. I mean, if a horse can tear themselves up, they will hurt themselves trying to tear themselves up. Get to something that's not something that will keep them healthy and happy. So anything you can do to diminish that that'd be a really nice adaptation for that.
All right. Well, we'll keep plugging away there. Like I said, we're trying to engage the welder here. I'll probably get us involved in a conference call with them once we get engaged and make sure we understand we're interpreting your plans correctly on the shafts, and then we can get that sorted out. We're trying to actually get a hold of the local College of Technology here in Missoula and see if we can have some student welders work with us on this. That would be kind of fun project.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. What I might do is I'll just go ahead and give you another quick sketch. We've kind of changed things a little bit, modified it, made it better, I think. So in my mind, I see a way to do that, and I'll just I'll throw you another napkin, chicken scratching, and that way you'll have something to look at when I try to poorly explain what was in my head. So
yeah, no, that sounds awesome. Very cool. Well,
I'm looking forward to it. Great job on that too, and especially the rounding those corners of that belt sander. Great. I had to kind of laugh when you first laid the 4x8 sheet on there. I was giggling to myself because I've been there. It's like, okay, I'm just waiting for James to lay a tape across that crosswise, because that old guy Pythagorean had a really good system laid out there. And if you're not exact, that 4x8 sheet of plywood will tell you that. Yeah, you did a great job, and it looks like it's pretty square.
Yeah, it's not perfectly square, but it's going to be square enough for a stone boat, I think. So
yeah, well, it'll just turn right-hand corners a little easier, right?
There you go. Yeah, that's right. we'll be finding out.
Oh, that's awesome. No, good job on that.
So awesome. Well, I think we're ready to go meet Ashley. She's got Oggy ready to go, and I think he's actually got his pack saddle on. He might even have a bit in his mouth. So we're going to bring Ashley into the conversation here, and we'll get started with some training. But
outstanding.
We'll keep moving along, and this is the actual literal horsepower part of this project. So good morning, Ashley. How's it going?
Good. It's warmed up quite a bit since 8 o'clock when we fed.
Good morning,
Yeah,
Ashley. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you still got snow, though. Yeah, the heck.
My brain is very confused about how to dress myself these days.
Well, welcome to Montana.
Right? Like, there's sun shining. I wore some, like, colorful pants yesterday with my ankles out, and, like, there's still snow on the ground. We're just going to go for it.
Well, my youngest son, it's 20 below outside, and he's got a pair of shorts on. He doesn't, just the way it is.
But we're over it. I'm ready for spring.
All right. Well, tell us what you've done with Oggy on Thursday.
So, I did a couple sessions with him. I think Thursday it was pretty snowy out, so we just did a quick round pen session. Okay. And it was a lot of like just getting him to turn around and to stop, which a lot of the times now I don't have to fight with him to do that. He does get a little confused still with the turning towards me. So we just kind of slow it down, break it down for him. And then once he turns, I give him a bunch of praise. And then I did end up doing another session, I think on Friday, where we walked around the arena and we were working on our verbal cues with the G and ha and teaching him the cue forward, which that actually worked a lot better for me to be able to get him to go forward instead of making that kissy sound. Because I feel like that works in here in the round pen to get him to go. But when we're actually out there and I'm already talking to him, giving him verbal directions, I wanted something else to go forward. So I taught him that. So we just need to keep reinforcing that. Yeah,
it's a great thing to do. The more verbal cues he can learn and he responds to, the better it is. So no, that's a very good thing to do. Good for you.
Thanks. Yeah, and so we got him tacked up. The tacking process is going a little better. This morning he was kind of biffed at me that I took him away from his breakfast, so he's like moving around a bunch. But anytime he was standing still, I just gave him praise, and that seems to be what's working. So telling him when he's good, when he's being good, and then just ignoring the bad stuff seems to be the way to go with him.
Good. Well, as long as we just got to get him to stand, just got to get him to mind and listen to you, and that's the name of the game. So that's good.
Yeah.
All right.
But I haven't had an issue with getting the bridle or the bit on him, so that's going well so far. I've had issues with some of the other horses that we have that are much older and been doing this for longer. So hopefully he can keep that up.
Yep. Yeah. No. And the consistency and doing that repetitively and doing it the way you want without him refusing. That's what it's all about. That's training.
Yeah, I've been teaching him also the head command to bring his head down. So we're working on that too. Lots of learning. Good.
Yeah, one thing you might add to that just for your own safety is when his head's down, then having him tip his nose to you a little bit. That way he's not, if he pulls back, he's likely to pull his head away from you. And that way he doesn't hit you in the mouth or the chin or something.
Okay. We can definitely do that.
All right. Well, show us what you're going to do.
All right. So I guess we'll do a few circles to warm up, just get his leg going. And then last time we started off with putting the lead rope through the rubber bands.
Yep.
And that was really good. So we'll do that again. Good boy. Lazy bones this morning. He was like, we never work this early. Why are you taking me?
One thing to work on it. We'll watch what he does when you stop him and make him move again. And if he's slow to start like that, he's kind of telling you no. So because you gave him a really good cue, and that cue to me was like, okay, I need to move, and I need to move with some impulse. So if he doesn't do that, don't be afraid to make him move faster. Put a little pressure with that whip arm. There you go, that little longer arm. Oh, turning his hind end towards you. No. So again, he's telling you no, and then he's being a little bit nasty about it.
Good boy.
When by nasty, I'm saying, a little
defiant.
Yep.
Yeah, over the weekend we couldn't really do much, or like Thursday, Friday, because the arena was so icy. So I had to end up picking up more of the ice melter on Friday. So that's why we didn't really do much on Thursday. But it seems to be better. He's just not walking on the dirt, but that's fine. He can walk on the snow.
Yeah, that's right. No, and we're going to have him so he's actually working in the snow, pulling that sled or your stone boat. But we still want to be able to control him, and because we're still always in the training motion.
Keep moving. He can walk and poop.
So this is more for folks that are watching, and I know you can answer this, but when are you finished training Oggy? with a horse?
Never.
When they quit breathing. Yep, that's it. You got it. There's no reason to train a dead horse. Good
Boy.
job. Much better. Much, much better. Good. Yeah. I see he's watching. He's picking his face up a little bit and paying attention to you a little bit quicker there.
He's kind of slipping and sliding around just a little bit.
Yeah. It doesn't look like he's, I mean, yeah, a little bit of a slip, but nothing extraordinary. Nothing I'd sure be concerned about.
Boy. Yeah, this is the direction that we usually have the problem with. Ooh, a little kick up there. Whoa. Good boy.
Good job.
Good boy.
Good stop.
Good boy.
Very good stop. Much better. Much more responsive. That's good. Yeah, and I'm glad we're working on that whoa. That's so important when you're doing anything, but when you're driving, that's really important there too. So for, you know, because you got something that can spook them continually that they're tied to, and it's like it chases them everywhere. So you want to be able to get that stopped in.
Good.
Much better. Good.
Yeah, I feel like I still have to be kind of like dramatic about it and like put myself in front of him, but he's actually coming to a full stop now.
Yeah. Well, and if you can reduce that dramatic movement on your part a little more each time, but still have him do it, that's training. That's getting him to lighten up and be more subtle in his listening to you.
Good boy. Good. Well, I think he's probably warmed up. I don't know if we want to move into the lead rope thing because we can walk around in circles all day.
Yep. No, that's right. I think we just want to do it just enough to make sure he listens to you and correct any poor behavior on his part, because this is, he's going to try you. He's going to always do that. And
so, even walking over here in the pasture, he was like stopping, and I had to pull him a couple of times.
Yeah, no, don't want to do that.
Somebody doesn't want to go to work today.
Don't let him move. Don't let him move. Oh, you jerk. There you go. That was a voice. There we go. I can hear you now. You froze up on me a bit, but there, we're good.
Like, if I can't move forward, maybe I'll just move backwards.
Any avoidance is good avoidance.
There you go.
Very good. Yeah, spin him a dozen times on that side. I like how he's put a little pressure on it, and it come off of him. He felt it, and he gave to it. That's really good. Very good.
Good boy.
Good job.
Good boy. I try to make him let him do it himself, but if he's just caught and standing there, then I give him the little.
Yeah, if he just, and he'll be content to just stand there because this is not hard on his neck at all.
No, he'll just stand there with his head turned, but he needs to actually go with it.
He needs to work. This is work time. This is not him just standing there and not having to do anything. So that's right.
Good boy.
I try to keep them continually moving and not stop. Don't allow them the chance to stop because that way they're listening to you and they're responding to you with movement because you're not allowing them. Just a little bit more of that, just that fine mental control.
Good boy. Good boy.
Good job. Yeah, good job keeping him going. Notice how he'll try to hang up with the same. There you go.
Yep.
Good. You anticipated, and it paid off. And he wants to turn the other way at times to try to avoid you, but he's really giving that bit very, very nicely. So that's very good.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been doing kind of the same kind of intro. I get him saddled up, get him bridled, get in here, do a few laps, do the turning with this. So I've been keeping it consistent in what we're doing, so he knows, expect what's coming.
Right.
I don't have any surprises yet.
Do you change sides to start? Have you started on the off side?
I haven't, so I'll have to do that next time.
You should do that. Yep. Always do that. Always change it up. Make sure you do on one side what you do to the other. And break it up like that. Do it first when it wasn't first before. Always do it evenly.
Okay.
Because mentally, he knows he's just going to have to go on a turn. Remember how last time when we put him on, the very first time he did it, he fought it. And but he's going to. That was just completely and totally normal. And he actually did a very, very nice job.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised how quickly he's picked everything up. But he is very smart. Too smart for his own good sometimes.
Yes, that's right.
Good boy. Ooh.
There you go. Good job.
Good boy.
I look how he'll stand there for you when he knows that you're going to untie him.
I'm going to come save him.
Yes. Yeah, and then we'll just do this next side. We'll drive him real quick, see how he does, and then we might see if we can put some poles on him.
Yeah, I've got him off to the side over here. I haven't put any twine or anything on him yet because I wasn't sure what the height needed to be. So got it all ready to go.
Okay. I think what we'll do is we'll probably just take a piece of twine and tie it so it's in a loop if you don't have one that's already looped up.
Ooh.
And then just put a lark's foot on each side and then just hang it over his side.
Good to me.
All right, there we go.
Good boy.
Very good.
Good boy.
Yeah, he had some pretty good hard blinks there right when you walked away. I saw that we had a nice close up. He's still doing it a little bit. That's good. He's not fighting it. His head's low. He's giving to that pressure. Got some slack in that rope and inner tube. Good. Very good.
Good boy.
Liking that. Really liking that.
I tried tightening up his breast collar. There's a little bit more room on the one leather strap that's lower, but after that, I don't have more room to tighten it. So this offside is the one that would have to be tightened up just maybe another inch or two. But I'm going to run out of room here soon.
How can you get your hand in there and it's fairly snug, or how much room is there on that? He looks good in the turn right now, but he's turning, so that he uses a little bit more of the area.
It's more snug on his offside than it is on his near side. The near side would be the one that I have to tighten up.
Okay. Keep him moving. There you go. Good job.
Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. And I adjusted the britchin from what we did last time. It was definitely way too tight. So I think now it's better. It loosened the straps all the way up.
Okay.
Good boy.
You know, looks like it hangs in just about the right spot. Looks like your back pad is placed where it needs to be. And it's going to be off a little bit because he's in a turn. Obviously, it's going to move to the outside. And again, this is not how any self-respected teamster would train a horse with a pack saddle. But you know what? We're just showing how we can innovate with this and still get the same job done without having a bunch of expense in it.
Yeah,
and do the same
thing.
MacGyver
stuff.
Yeah, and this is for a light pull. It's nothing super heavy, so we don't have to have a collar. But we will put a lot of strain on that breast collar and probably tighten that cinch a little bit more than we would with a harness because with just a belly band. But that's
definitely don't want it to go anywhere.
Yeah, and that's just how we have to do it with this. But that's not how you would put a harness on.
Oh boy.
That's good. I have not seen him really fight this at all, so that's good. All right.
Get a little more out of him. Good boy.
Yeah, he's happy to have you save him again.
Yeah. You're like, stop, you thought about it. I'm going to move.
All right. Now we'll just hook up those lines to him and drive him a little. And if he drives really well, then let's move on to putting some poles on him.
Yeah. I've been making him pack his own rope so I don't have to carry him.
That's the way to do it. I wouldn't say that's lazy. I'd say that's smart.
Innovation.
There you go.
Get us untangled here. Trying to move him away from the fence, but good boy. Ooh. Good boy.
There you go. Yeah, he can step across those lines. Just throw him out in front of him and let him step over and throw him over or let him step over the top of it, and then you can just pick him up. But you can go over the top of him too.
He's gonna have to get used to reins going over his head.
That's right.
Ooh.
Good job. He's wanting to go, but good job, Ashley.
Ooh.
Very good.
Ooh.
That is so good. Hold your ground right there. Make him stand.
Ooh. Ooh.
Very good. I like it. It's very light. He's pushing into it, but he is giving. Nice. Very, very nice. This is so important to make him mentally do exactly what you're doing. You are doing a great job.
Good boy.
Very good. There.
Good
Praise him for.
boy.
Oh, yeah. Good job.
Good job. Now he's licking and chewing. He's like, wait, I just got to stand still?
Notice how I was praising you while you were praising him for praising him?
Good.
Oh. All right. Very good. And you can also now take a step or
Good
two
boy.
and stop and make him stand.
Whoa. Whoa.
Very good.
Good boy.
Yes, good. And he keeps his head low. He's not fighting you. Very good. Praise him well.
Boy, good boy. Forward. Forward.
Good.
Good boy.
Can you do a really good figure 8 in there?
We'll try.
And the
He's
reason
still
I'm
getting
saying, go ahead.
He gets still kind of confused about the quick turns, so we've been working on that, but we're going to try to get a good one in.
Okay, and that's exactly the reason my reasoning for this as to why is that when you got your lines on him and you're in hand, he needs to be able to perform immediately. We can't warm him up on that. He needs to mentally go, oh, I got to do what she tells me. So if she tells me a nice tight turn, it's got to be there.
G.
So really do the right thing and pull him around. Good job. Pull him harder, pull him hard.
G.
Bump his face. Yeah, there you go.
Forward. Forward. Good boy.
Good.
G. G.
Good job. There we go. That's starting of a turn. Pull it. Yep. Follow through. See, he's just going right back to the rail. So he's trying to get lazy about it.
Forward.
There we go. Very good. That's better.
Forward. Forward. Good boy.
Good job. Very good. Good.
Forward. Good boy.
Good job. He's already responding to your forward cue. That's good.
Just get dragged through poop. It's gross. Forward.
Good.
Yeah, I did not want to go through the middle. So G.
Well, it's easy. It's mindless for him to go to the outside, and so if he doesn't want to engage his mind.
Forward. Good boy. Forward. Forward. G. Forward. 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 Good boy.
Good. There we go.
Forward.
Good. He wanted to go G, and you made him ha. Perfect. Very good. He makes no decisions other than to decide what you want.
Forward. Good boy.
Very good. That's better.
Same
Good
spot in
job.
the middle. Forward. Good boy.
Good.
Yeah, it's like whatever direction he wants to go in when we get to the rail, I make him do the opposite.
Yes, that's you bet. Make him decide to do exactly what you want to do, not what he wants. That's perfect. Can you make him back?
Yeah. Whoa. 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 Good boy. Back. Back. Good. Back. Good boy. Back.
Good.
Good. Back. Good boy. Back. Good. Get your feet right. Back up. Good boy. Back. Good. Back. Good. Back. Good. Whoa. Whoa. Good boy.
Very good. How do you feel about taking him out of the round corral?
Yeah, we can do it.
Let's do it.
I did the same thing last time where I just opened the gate and made him keep walking. So we should probably practice that too.
Yep, you bet. Because we don't want him to just think the gate's open, he can go through it.
Right. Forward.
We'll see how he does, and if he does well,
Good
then
boy.
we'll consider putting the poles on him.
Whoa. Whoa. Good boy.
Good.
Forward. Good boy. G. Forward. Forward. Good boy.
Better. Much better.
Forward. 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 Good boy.
He's wanting to defy you, but he's not fighting you super hard. That's good.
Wait, no, wait. It's right. It's open. It's right there. You don't see it. Forward. Good boy. Forward. Good boy. Good boy. Forward. Walk right past it. Forward. Good boy.
Good job.
G.
He's still thinking for himself, but
G.
at least he's pausing and listening to you. That's what we want.
G. Good boy.
Good job. I like his head staying down. He's quiet. He's calm. He's relaxed. This is exactly what we want to see.
G. Forward. Good boy. Good. Forward. Good boy. Forward. 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 Good. Okay.
All right,
Good
here
boy.
we go.
Whoa.
I think our
Whoa.
there we go.
Good boy. Back. Back. Good boy. Back up. Good boy. Back. Back.
Good.
Good. Back.
Very good. Head low. He's bending at the
Good
pole,
boy.
keeping his head fairly
Back.
low. Nice.
Back.
Very nice.
Back. Good boy. Whoa. Good boy. Yeah, lick, lick, lick.
Good. Now, I got a question for you to ponder before we get started too much. Do you think that you could kind of just do a little dog trot behind him, get him to move a little faster out of a walk once we get going a little bit?
We can try. That just depends on how well I can run in the snow.
And that's why I'm asking. Yeah, it doesn't have to be fast. What I'm looking to do is test whether or not if he takes off and gets into a pretty fast trot or starts to get away, that you can say whoa and get him stopped.
Okay.
Because this whoa is so important, because we want him to be able to stay calm when he moves fast. And even when you're horseback, when you're riding a horse for the first few times, we test that anyway, because we want to be able to have that horse speed up but stay calm and not get scared, because everything's different to him when it's at higher speed. So that's just something to consider there, not only with training a horse to ride, and we'll get there with him at that point too, but because it's a different circumstance and we get him to perform well here at a faster stop and he does great, doesn't mean he will do that when we get on his back, and we'll have to start that over again, because it's circumstantial.
A brand new thing.
Yeah.
I mean, let's give it a try.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and drive him a little bit. Make sure that you can, and you're stopping him and backing him. That's great. So you're going to have to start off right away real fast. Just let's get your sea legs under you and make sure he's minding, and then pick it up as you wish. And if we drag on too much, then I might encourage you with a hot shot here.
All right. I'm not sure what that means, but okay.
A hot shot's an electric cattle prod.
Oh, geez. No, thanks. Forward. Good boy.
Yeah, you won't find one on our place. We don't use those.
Forward. Good boy. Forward. 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 Good boy. Yeah, it's like keeping him straight out here is the problem.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do.
That's normal because he's got no place to. He's got no place for a crutch like that round corral panel. So this is why this is important to drive him out in the open like this.
Which my plan was just to walk him around the outside of the corral, but he doesn't know that.
Right, that's exactly right.
Forward. Good boy. Forward. Good boy. And we still got like 4 or 5 inches of snow in here.
I see that. We had a true Chinook this week. We had winds that were gusting up into the 60s, and a good sustained 35, 40 mile an hour wind with 40-degree temperatures.
Oh, that's weird.
That's a Chinook, snow eater. So we've got it in wherever it was in banks or where I pushed it. That's where it's still at, but the ground is. We got a lot of bare ground now.
Forward. Forward. I'm stopping at the gate.
Good job. Yeah, if you can anticipate he's going to do that, get on him quicker. Don't ever let him stop. And I know that was you're doing good just getting him to go forward at this point.
Forward. 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 Good boy. Just like if I'm still facing one direction and he's not facing the same direction, then we got a problem. Huh?
Right.
Huh? Good boy. Forward. 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 Good boy.
And I like the cue that you chose, Ashley, because it is a key in your head what direction you want it to go, and is in his. It doesn't sound like G, ha, or back,
right?
Or whoa. So that you've got your 5 directions, and whoa being a direction of not moving.
Yeah.
So that's a very good. It's a very good cue to use, and I think it's going to serve you well.
G. Forward.
Very good.
Good boy.
Very good.
I need to stick to the rail for a minute because it's not as deep. Good boy. Forward. Good.
Good.
Whoa. Good boy. Back. Back. Good boy. Back up. Back. Good. Back. Back. Good. Back. Back. Good boy. Back. Good. Back. Good. Back. Good. Whoa. Whoa. Good boy.
Good.
Starting to sweat. All right. Forward.
Very good.
Good boy.
He's picking your forward cue up.
Yeah. You can drift yourself back over the rail. Forward. Forward. Good boy. I'm wondering, would walking along the rail teach him to walk in a straighter line?
No, it'll teach him to walk along the rail as a crutch.
Okay, then we won't do that.
But that was a good way to try to bag out of hard work. Nice job. I don't know who's being more lazy here now, you or Oggy.
Well, maybe it's the guy that's sitting in the chair in his office.
Well, I got slippers on.
G. 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 Forward. 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 Good boy.
Good job.
Whoa. Whoa. Good boy. Back up.
Job.
Back. Good. Back up. Back up. Back. Good. Back.
He's fighting you a little bit, but he didn't fight it much. That's very good.
Back.
Good. And I like your hands are nice and light. You're not forcing him. Only you're creating a barrier. You're not overdoing it, which is just right. It's hard to make that good fine balance. Very good.
Back.
Oh, good job. He was wanting to just check out and go to recess by doing something different other than what you're doing. He was going to smell that tub, and you backed him away from that. That's absolutely that's good discipline without being super disciplined. But it's
good. Yeah, there's hay in there, so he wants to check it out.
No, that's excellent. That's a really good job. Okay, do you think you could trot with him just a little bit, just enough to get a whoa out of him and see how he responds?
I think you can do that.
Okay.
Forward.
We get a trot out of you. We may not get one out of him. Okay, now whoa.
Whoa.
Good. See what I mean? How he kind of wanted to pick up a little bit and take off?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so we need to work on that so we make sure he gets a really good stop.
Okay.
And we'll just do a couple more of those, and then let's see if we can put those, at least size the pulls to him a little bit, and maybe just start dragging him just a little. We won't do a lot with it today because we've still got some work to do on him.
Yeah.
But we'll get you in a spot where you can do this on Thursday then, and continue with him. Oh, very good, very good, very good.
Oh.
Good job. Okay.
Boy.
Now I'm going to add a little something to you so that you can do this again, and that is go ahead and have him trot.
Whoa.
And then have him turn G and ha, in that movement, and as soon as he turns and moves, then go ahead and line him out and then stop him. So that you take like a 90-degree turn, let him go 4 or 5 steps, and then stop.
Okay.
Just so that he's doing that at a higher speed and listening to you. And that way, all you're doing is you're adding a turn before your stop.
Forward. Good boy. Good boy. G. G.
Very good. Keep him going. Keep going. Good job. Good job.
Whoa.
It's not bad. A little sloppy, but that's sloppy on his part. You were giving all the right cues, so that's good.
Forward. Forward. Good boy. Good boy. Good thing he's lazy.
Yeah, I've had them where they're not, and believe me, You do get a workout.
Forward. Forward. Whoa. Good boy.
Good.
All right.
Good.
That's,
All right.
I'm
Sounds
good
like you're
on
getting out of breath. So how about
if it wasn't snow, I could keep going.
You got those big old mucklucks that are pulling on your legs, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, ice cleats on.
How about if we put the poles on him?
Okay.
Let's just for safety's sake, let's go ahead and put him in the small round corral and fit him with the poles there. And we may just run him along the rail a little bit because there's a couple things I want to do that is going to be a little safer for him and for you to begin with. And then it's shortening the poles.
Okay.
And by where we tie it.
G. Good boy. Forward. Forward. Good boy.
Good job.
We've done this before where we walk back into the corral.
Good.
Forward. G. Good boy. Forward. Forward. Good boy. Good boy. Ha. Ha. Good boy. Forward.
I don't
He's
want
like,
to go
wait
to
a minute.
school. I
Forward.
don't want to go to. No, don't make me.
Ha. Forward. No, forward. 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 Forward.
Good. This is good stuff. Making him mine. That's awesome.
Forward.
And you're not giving him many options. That's the important part,
Forward.
Ashley.
That's all I
Really
want is
good.
forward steps.
Yep.
Forward.
Good job.
Forward.
Look at him get frustrated because he's not winning. Good. Oh, yeah. Frustration.
Forward. Forward. Forward.
Good job.
Forward. Forward. Forward.
See what his go-to is backing up to try to avoid. Yep. So pop him right on the butt with one of those lines.
Forward. Good boy.
And watch that hind end if he tries to kick at you out of defiance. I want you to get hit.
Forward. 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 Good boy. G. Good boy. Forward. 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 Good boy. Ha. Ha. Good boy. Forward. G. Oh, sorry. Ha. Ha.
See how he's wanting to go to the gate?
Oh, yeah. Forward.
Yeah.
Forward. 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 Forward.
Get a little more aggressive with your bit. Pull that head around and pop him with that bit, and then pop him on the butt with your right hand line. He's gonna come over here and try to just stop.
Forward.
There you go. There you go. And now you got him going back. you get pressure that he's going to go back. So you have to just kind of walk him forward. There you go. Now just walk him past the gate. All right, you're doing good. Okay. Or go that way. That's good. That's even better. There you go. That's better. Way better.
Boy.
Good job. Good job.
Forward. Ha. 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 Good boy. Forward. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
Very good.
Good forward. Good boy. Good boy.
Spoiled horse had to give up. That's good. That's good.
Good boy. Whoa.
Now, what I would do is just put your lines up over his back, and just kind of put him up out of the way, and leave them where they're at, because we're going to put those poles on him, and you're going to have to try to manage all three things.
Whoa. You need to stand still, mister.
I would just kind of pick him up and then just kind of wrap him around that hind D if you can.
I just can't reach it over his butt. Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. 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 Good boy.
He's mad because he's gotten beaten.
Win.
Yep. This is the problem with working with a spoiled horse. They're tougher, and they continually try you, because that's what they've always known, that they've won. They've got to do whatever they want. So good job on correcting him. That was excellent.
Thank you.
Keep at it, and don't let him make any decisions. So yeah, grab the poles and drag him over. You got a big piece of twine?
Yeah.
Okay.
This like plastic twine, I guess.
Okay. It's probably cut. You may have to.
I'm gonna have to cut it, but should be all right. I have my knife on me.
No. Oh well, yeah. Don't cut it, is what I'm saying. If it's already in a loop. Yes, I'm liking the look of that. Okay. Yeah.
So
what we wanted to do is
picture the long TP poles, but we cut them down to 10 foot.
Okay, that's perfect. That's good.
Nice,
they look about the right size. And now we'll grab those, and then one piece of twine that if it's already in a loop, that's perfect. If not, we'll have to join it to make a single loop out of, just like it would be around a bale.
Okay. He says, what the heck is going on now?
I haven't seen a travel in years. What am I doing here? I think the easiest way for you to do this, Ashley, is probably just lay those poles on the ground.
Okay.
And then take a single piece of your twine is that twine that's already been used, or is that twine that's in a roll?
It's in a roll.
Oh, okay. So grab about a 6 foot piece of that, which is, my wingspan is about 6 foot. So grab about 1.5 of your wingspans, or just a little bit more, your full wingspan, and then maybe part of one arm. One more wingspan. There you go. Keep going. So we're gonna have a piece that's about. There you go. Now cut it there, and then we'll join those two with just you can just do an overhand knot in there. It's not going to be anything special. Doesn't have to be really super secure, because it's going to pull on itself. But what we're going to do is then make that loop, and then remember how you made a lark's foot with your inner tube through a cinch ring?
Yeah.
You're going to do a lark's foot on either side of these poles.
Okay.
And that will join them together. But what we want to do is I would like to have them stand up above his head. So go down further down the pole to make the connection instead of right on the very ends. So go down the pole about 2 feet or so. So It stands up. That way he doesn't hurt himself or doesn't get caught in a corral or anything like that. Hopefully we'll be able to avoid that. The only danger we would have there would be the gate.
Okay, that shouldn't go anywhere. So about 2 foot down.
Yeah, probably about 2 foot down. And make a lark's foot on that one, and then drag it over to the other one and make a lark's foot on it in the same spot. And you're going to have to probably make your lark's foot and then just slide it down the end.
Oh, okay.
So kind of make the lark's foot in your, or take.
Yeah, I'll take this one out and then I'll make it. Redo it.
We can do that. We have to spend some time together tying knots, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
Girl Scouts is about selling cookies, not tying knots.
All right. So you can see what we want to do with this. We want to just kind of pick that up and set it over that front D. And the way you can do that is drag it up there a little further, pull him up into it if you want, or just get him to stand in front of it. Then you could pick it up or drag it up in front of him. Whatever way you think is the best to do it. For me, right now, I would get on the other side of it, get in front of your line there, and then just pull it up to him, and just pull it up over his back. And I think you're going to be okay. He's going to go, what the heck is this? Because this is so new. There you go. Just walk him up to it. Let him smell it.
Oh. Like, I'll just walk in circles, don't mind me.
Yeah, we got to stop that. He's doing way too much avoiding every time you come close to him.
Whoa.
He's being a jackass. That makes
Good
me
boy.
not like that. Okay.
Whoa. Good.
And these poles are nice and light, so easy to manipulate.
Just pick it up and like set it on his back.
I would get to his head and let him smell them first. He needs to know what these are, that they're not going to hurt him. There we go. There we go. That's better.
Easy. Just sniff. Sniff, sniff. There you go. You're so curious, George, all the time. You've seen wood before. Good boy.
All right. Now I think if you just kind of slide those around next to him, the one especially, or both of them, and then you can just set the other one over the top of him.
You're not going anywhere. Ooh. Good boy. Whoa. Good boy.
There you go.
Whoa. Whoa.
I'd grab that bit, make sure there you go. There. Yeah, don't let him walk off.
Can't go forward. I'm going to go backwards. Whoa. Whoa. Good.
Yeah, there you go. There, you're getting it settled down over in front of that D. Now we need to grab your line, and I don't care if it's on the inside of your poles or not. It doesn't matter. We just want it. It's preferable if it's on the outside, but that's not how we're going to get there with those poles on there today. Unless you can manipulate a pole over the top of it.
Ooh. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, if you can do that, that's even better.
Ooh. Whoa. You're not going anywhere.
There we go. Oh. Just drive him forward now. Make him pull himself out of that little problem he's caused.
Forward.
There we go. And let's just go in a circle in there. Oh, yeah. He thinks...
Yeah.
See if we can get that
right on.
Yeah, right on me, or do it again. This is the fun of doing this.
Ooh. And he can't be tied up for it.
You can. I mean, if you want, but you're gonna have another issue there. you can't always tie your horse in harness. I mean, they need to stand, and this is one of the issues. What I was working on or wanting to do earlier, way early, is he has got to stand.
Ooh. Yeah, that is still just a constant daily issue.
Yep.
Ooh. Good boy. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
And Ashley, even if you need to just get the D's between the bows is fine too. Or I mean the twine between the D's. That's all right too.
Yay. Stop moving. Ooh. 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 Good boy. Literally the simplest thing. Just stand there.
Yeah, stand there and do nothing like you want to.
That's what you want to do, is stand there and do nothing. Ooh. Good boy. Ooh.
Now, what I would do is when you get that put up, go to his bit and pull him around up and just get a hold of his head.
Okay.
And then that way you can control his face and take him right on over to the poles. There you go. I take him to the poles instead of taking the poles to him. Make him have that kind of discipline to come there and stand. There we go.
Good boy.
Something psychologically, he's having to come into something that he thinks is scary, and it's not scary at all. He's just being a jerk.
Ooh.
There we go.
Yep. Good boy. Not scary. Just pose. Good boy. Good boy.
Now he's paying a little bit more attention, isn't he?
Yeah. Okay, I'll check it out. I'm not going to eat you. Not the spaghetti monster. Ooh. Come on, just walk away. Huh. Okay. Working out the geometry of this in the brain.
Yeah, just there you go. I would say pull him around a little bit and get on the other side because you're right-handed.
Do not walk into me. If you just stood still, it wouldn't have happened. Good boy. So you're saying got on his offside?
Doesn't matter whichever side. You can work off both sides on him, right? So it doesn't matter whichever way you can just get him on there.
Just like as soon as I let go, he's moving around.
Yeah, what I do is maybe just lay the poles in between the D's right now on his side. And he might try to move away from you, but you've got some room there. Yeah, he's taking advantage of walking away whenever he can, the dirty bugger.
Okay.
There we go.
Step. That's right where I want you. Good boy. Good boy. Ooh. Good boy. Ooh. 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 Good boy. Ooh.
And we might consider getting somebody to help you. I really don't want to tie him up, you know.
Yeah, I can't.
Because
I just need someone to hold him still.
Yeah, exactly. And you're kind of struggling there, but we definitely don't want to tie him up because then you're, really setting yourselves up for a big mess. But you see what I'm talking about? If we can get that across the D's or in between the D's or in front of the D's, and mostly this movement is going to be forward because you can't back up without that poles digging in and coming off.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of driving him with that so he feels that on his sides, because when he takes a turn, he is definitely going to, maybe move from it. So, there we go.
Thanks.
Look who's here to save the day. This is awesome.
Mm.
So,
Just give him a sharp pull down.
there we go.
Buddha, you're not helping.
There we go.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Now James has got to get away with his life.
All right, now you got to run for it.
Yeah, hold on to him so that you can get your lines where you need them.
Oh, okay. Hang on to him. One more second.
And remember, we don't care about these poles. We don't care about that twine. All we care about primarily is you, and then him secondarily, because he's need to just listen. And
So
all we're going to do,
the lines on the outside of the poles or the inside?
doesn't matter wherever you want them. I would leave them on the inside right now.
Yeah.
I think because the inside turn, that pole is going to stay away from his body. It'll be pointed towards the center of the corral. The other one, he'll be kicking it around with his hip as you turn. And so for right now, all we want to do is just go forward and get him used to those making noise behind him, and because he'll feel that vibration. And we just want to get him to do that and not panic.
Okay.
All right. So now we can have James step away and close the gate. And remember, it's about you being safe first.
Okay. All right. Now you can run for your life.
Go forward. Good job. Good job. Go forward. All right.
So how do we keep these on here?
Just not letting him turn is the obvious, but it truly is that. Just go forward now. Just have him go forward.
Forward. Good boy.
There you go.
Easy. Good boy.
Better.
Good
Just
boy.
keep going
Forward.
in a circle.
Forward. Good boy.
Very good.
Good boy. Yeah, I can see how that's going to be an issue.
Yeah, that gate. Yeah, and we could make those a little closer, so that they kind of either cross in front of him, or I was just hoping to get enough height that it wouldn't bother him.
Yeah.
And you can always turn him away from the gate if you have to, because he'll kick that inside or the outside pole. He'll kick it out. There you go. All right. That's better. He's watching him. Now, without him backing up, and he's likely to keep going forward because he's not wanting to try to back out of it now. It's behind him. Mm-hmm. If you can get a turn to the other direction very gently and watch what you're pulling. Yeah, turn into. Don't go towards the rail, otherwise you'll catch those on the We want him to go towards the inside and then turn the other direction.
Okay.
We want to go counterclockwise. Let's see how that pole drags. There you go.
Yeah.
See how they
Forward. Forward. G. G. Forward. Good boy. Ooh. Whoa. Good. Whoa. 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 Good boy.
a little better. He's getting used to it. There we go. Good job.
Good boy.
You fixed it. Now let's go
Forward.
the other direction.
Forward.
Good.
Whoa. Good boy.
And we've kind of set ourselves up there for, shortening the pole makes it easier for them to bounce around all over the place. There you go. There we go. That's better.
Good boy. Easy.
But my primary concern here was to not hook one in a corral.
Yeah.
Or hit him in the head with the eye or something.
Forward. Forward. Good boy.
All right. All right. Ashley, I know this is, we've gone a little bit long here, but you've come a long way. I wanted to at least get to this point. I think you obviously know what to do now. What I would do the next time you work him and he's nice and calm and everything is good is then put those lark's foot knots on those poles a little closer to the end, maybe half the distance from where they're at now, just a foot or so away so they don't slip off. But then they lag further down behind him some. And if you can do that Thursday and do some driving with him, that'd be really good.
Well, that's what you get for being an idiot.
That's what whoa is good for right there. Good job.
Whoa.
He might just get his way out of that one, back out of it. All right. I think if you can kind of work your way up the lines to his head and then untangle him, I think we should call it a day.
Yeah.
And I want to point out how good that whoa was and how important and effective that was. So good job of working that ahead of time. And if you need to cut that line, who cares? But it's nice to not have things all have to tear them apart every time and rebuild. So very good.
Easy. 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 Bonk you in the head.
There you go. And this is a royal pain to do this by yourself.
Yeah.
And thank you, James, for helping out. That was awesome.
Oh, easy.
When you're working with these lines and stuff around him, be very, very careful. You don't get a hand caught. You don't want to get tore up. So, with that, I think just work him more on Thursday. Now you got the concept of what to do. I would again cut the distance from the end of the pole to the lark's foot in half. That way, those poles they drag right in there, and keep it in front of that front D if you can. And that way, it gives you more length behind. And you'll notice that those poles are going to move all over the place. They're not going to stay right behind. So if you get him really good at that and he's comfortable with those hitting his hind legs as he turns, then what we'll do is we will tie those poles together at the very end closest to you so that they're more parallel. And then that way they'll be just like we're simulating being in the shafts.
Okay.
And we'll don't do that until I work with you next Monday. But if you can work like this a few times, at least that'd be fantastic. And I think we'd be well on our way to being more repetitive. We just got to keep working that like this as many times as we can before we hook him up to that stone boat. Yeah,
definitely. As we get closer to this, I'm going to start working with him more frequently throughout the week. Maybe like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday, something like that.
Boy, that'd be fantastic.
Monday, Thursday,
if
Friday.
you can do that. Yes.
Yeah.
If you can do that, that'd be great. So, okay. Well, thank you so much. You did a great job. Made a lot of good headway again, and hopefully we'll keep things where the hooves are down and the ears are up.
Yeah. That's a great sign off.
All right. We'll see you.
All right. Thanks for your time, Brandon.
You betcha. Bye-bye.